And another one bites the dust. You are 0 for 6, Popeye.
Yeah, I can count.
One of the most interesting elements of Hollywood is when major actors and actresses from various shows, movies, and productions are brought together for interesting collaborations. We've seen this all over the place, and now it's happening with the two major stars from two of the biggest TV shows on the air and streaming service today. Because Riverdale is about to team up with Stranger Things for an adventure that is apparently Hitchock-ian in style. You almost have to wonder how much fun this is going to be. So allow us to show you how Riverdale and Stranger Things stars team up for lead roles in a new Netflix movie. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
Number 6. Strangers. So here's the deal. Riverdale's Camila Mendes and Stranger Things star Maya Hawke will lead the new Netflix movie, Strangers, described as a subverted Hitchcock-ian dark comedy featuring the scariest protagonists of all, teenage girls. Deadline reports that Strangers will follow two teenagers, an alpha it girl named Drew and an alt girl named Eleanor. After a clandestine first meeting, Drew and Eleanor decide to team up and go after each other's bullies. But what will their agreement involve? It hasn't yet been confirmed which roles Mendes and Hawke will respectively play. Strangers is directed by Jennifer Caitlin Robinson, who previously directed romantic comedy Someone Great for Netflix, while she has also co-authored the script with record writer Celeste Ballard. So as you can see, it's got not just an interesting premise, but a good set of veterans wanting to make this work. But for those of you who aren't fully familiar with the two stars of this show, we got your back there too. Number 5. Camila Mendes and Maya Hawke. One of the biggest reasons why it's a big deal for these two stars to team up is because of the impact that they've had on their shows, which has been significant. Mendes has played Veronica Lodge in Riverdale for 4 seasons, with the 5th season set to premiere on the CW in 2021. But it goes beyond just her being in the role, it's about making an impact, and she's easily one of the most loved cast members on Riverdale. In an interview with Couture, Camila said she knew in her gut that playing Veronica Lodge was meant for her. I definitely relate to Veronica, 1, her sense of humor, and 2, in her circumstances. She said, I think I've experienced certain aspects of her life firsthand. I know what it's like to be the new girl because she is the new girl in town and I grew up moving around a lot in my childhood. It was a very unstable life. I never really got to identify with one place, so I was constantly trying to re-identify myself. She really wanted this role, and in fact, she was the last person they auditioned for the role, so that says a lot. As for Maya Hawke, she was a major breakout star on Stranger Things Season 3, to the extent that her character wasn't meant to be as big as it was going to be, but the showrunners loved her performance as the sassy Robin, so they wrote the story around her being a major player, and that led to a lot of amazing scenes, including the now famous scene of Robin coming out to new friend Steve. So yeah, you've got two major starlets from two massively popular shows coming together to make a movie where they get to play teenagers, something they're already very familiar with. And you can very easily see how this is going to be something fun and special for all involved. Number 4. Doesn't this sound familiar? If you're looking at the plot and thinking that this is a very familiar sounding plot, you're not wrong. In fact, you've already been given clues to it if you paid attention to certain elements that we've already noted. If you're curious as to what we mean, Strangers, as the film is going to be called, is very much a modern and gender-swapped remake of Strangers on a Train, made by the one and only Alfred Hitchcock. In the film, 2 men are unhappy with certain people in their life. One of them is a tennis player who wants to divorce his wife so he can go be with another woman whom he truly loves. There's a little more to it than that, but for now, we'll keep it simple. Upon getting on a train, he meets another man with a similar problem, and that man, thinking the two have a bond, gives him the idea for a perfect murder. Mainly, one man will kill the other's burden and vice versa. In this case, one man's wife and the other man's father. What follows is a tale of suspense as one end of the deal is kept, but the other panics and does everything he can to try and get out of it and protect the father of the other man, which leads to an intense battle at an amusement park that leads to the killer being mortally wounded, and the other man barely escaping the police, who suspected him of killing his wife. It's an all-time classic movie and one that has been referenced and reused in various ways over the years, including being the focus of an episode of NCIS. Now, obviously, there are some key differences here, but that just makes it all the more compelling. Number 3, the twists. So, what separates strangers from strangers on a train? Well, as noted, the leads in the film will be ladies, and there's the fact that this film will be about teenagers trying to get back at bullies, which more than likely means that they aren't going to be going and killing one another's tormentors. However, given that this is a dark comedy, according to reports, and the fact that they labeled the ladies as the scariest protagonists ever, teenage girls, you can bet that they're going to try and have some fun with the tropes that are associated with this style of film and make it their own. More than likely, this will be a series of cruel and escalating pranks, and it'll evolve into something that could change everything for both girls. Though what exactly that is unclear. But again, the use of the phrase dark comedy means that they are more than likely going to go pretty mean and vicious with their attempts to get revenge on the bullies, and then possibly each other if they indeed follow the path of the source material, which isn't out of the question given the personality descriptions of the two leads. It's possible that one of them will get cold feet and then the attacks will turn on them. It could go either way. Number 2, appealing to the demographics. When you're casting for a film, big or small, you often try and get actors or actresses who not only fill out the role that you need them to play, but also fits the demographics you're trying to reach. Both Camila Mendes and Maya Hawke are known for playing teenagers in their careers, even though they're not teenagers in real life anymore. And thus, they're perfect for playing these parts because it means that fans will be eager to see them in a new film as they potentially wait for the next seasons of their show. Not to mention, the fan bases of these two actresses are no doubt going to show up to watch their favorite stars in action. And no doubt the casting crew had that in mind as they cast them. Adding to that, both of these leading ladies have been on shows with dark elements. Riverdale may be based on Archie comics, but it's a much more mature take on things. And of course, Stranger Things is about monsters, experiments, Russians, special powers, other dimensions, and lots of death. So given all of that, you can see why they tried to tailor this to fit what has been done before. Number 1, Stranger Things and Riverdale. It'd be impossible for us to discuss Strangers without discussing the shows that the two leading ladies come from. Because, as noted before, these two shows, Riverdale and Stranger Things, are some of the biggest shows out there right now, and millions of people have watched them over the years. Stranger Things came out of nowhere to knock the socks off of viewers with its deep storytelling, great characters, and more. And now, people are desperately awaiting news on the delayed Season 4. Riverdale, meanwhile, took a beloved property and brought it to the modern era with dynamic results. The show is one of the CW's biggest series, and though the pandemic shortened its 4th season, when Season 5 comes out, it's going to do some big things to keep the plot and scale of the show going. So yeah, these two shows are huge, and just about everyone associated with them is huge, which makes Strangers a very special thing because it brings these two series together in a very fun way. So what do you think? What do you think of these Riverdale and Stranger Things stars teaming together for a new Netflix movie? Do you feel that this is going to be a very special kind of film when it comes out? Do you think that these stars will be able to work together and make this something truly special? Are you already eager to see it? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.